So homework 3 starts off with scientific notation with a positive exponent. Scientific notation is usually used in science for really big numbers or really small numbers. If I'm going to have a positive exponent, I'm going to have a value that's greater than 1, because a positive exponent is going to tell me to move my decimal to the right, since our number system is base 10 and we're multiplying by powers of 10. So if I take negative 3.86 times 10 to the 4th power, I'm going to have my negative 368, and then I'm going to have to add 2 more zeros to that. Anything that's bigger than 1,000, they usually like you to put the comma in just because it looks pretty, not that you really have to have it there. So negative 36,800. Now if you are doing scientific notation things, in case you know you do take a science class and you're going to use your calculator, it's best if you're doing it on your calculator to put it in parentheses. If you were just putting the scientific notation and changing it into standard form, you wouldn't need the parentheses, but if you're doing calculations like multiplying or dividing or whatever with scientific notation, you need to tell the calculator that that all goes together. So I would have negative 3.86 times 10 to the 4th power. I can see my board is not quite writing exactly where I want it to, but that'd be the best way to put it into your calculator if you were doing a calculation with it, so that it knows that all has to go together. If I'm going to write 27 million in scientific notation, then when I have a number in scientific notation, my first part of my scientific notation is always a value between 1 and 10, or negative 1 and negative 10. So basically you're just sticking the decimal right behind that first digit. I'm going to have 2.7, that's going to drive me crazy. I'm going to have to fix that in a minute. And then I'm going to count the spaces that I need to move my decimal. I can drop off all the extra zeros, which is kind of the point of scientific notation, to shorten it up. I have to move my decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 places. So 2.7 times 10 to the 7th. So if you were going to write negative 12,000 in scientific notation, what would you have? Negative 1.2, putting my decimal behind that first digit, and then times 10 to the 4th, because I have to move it 4 places to get it to the end. I got to fix the board.